Hi, I'm Daryl Jones, the Director of Research at Hedgeye Risk Management. I'm joined today by Brian McGough, and we're here to talk about a stock that some of you love and others of you love to hate, JCPenney. So Brian, earlier today you called for, in a note that you wrote, you called for the firing of the CEO, Mike Ullman. That's a pretty bold call. Can we get some detail on that?
Yeah, of course. So he was brought in, Mike Ullman, about a year ago when Ron Johnson was fired in order just to stabilize this organization, and it needed it bad.
Right.
And he did it. He did a great job, but he's done, and it's time he moves on, because now we need a new CEO who's going to be a great leader, who can have a 3 to 5 year plan, and we just have to have that person in place. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
So several times you've mentioned that JCPenney has earnings power of up to $1.50 per share. Any change to that view?
No change at all. So this is entirely a management call. So I still think that as I'm looking at the sales per square foot, and there's a chart up right now, you can see where JCPenney is right now. It's got $100 in sales per square foot. That's flat out embarrassing. It's going to get up, I think, to about $140. That ultimately gets me to about $1.50 a share and a stock in the mid to high teens. So no change there. I just need a person who can actually make it happen, and it's not Ullman.
So why exactly can't Ullman make this happen? Like, what are the big issues with him?
I just don't know if he wants to be doing this job. He accepted a job as the chairman of the Federal Reserve in Dallas last month, which is a huge job.
Yep.
And then on Monday, he accepted a job on the board of the NRF. And how can you possibly do that when you have what might be the most important job in corporate America as far as a turnaround goes?
Oh, very true.
And I think he's got one foot out the door. He better be.
So are there any kind of broader implications here for the department store sector?
Yeah, so one thing I've been vocal about is that Kohl's has been a big beneficiary of all the market share that JCPenney ceded over the past year, about $4.3 billion. $800 million of that went over to Kohl's. And that's still happening. That whole shift back over to JCPenney will still happen. The question is, what will their margin be on it? Will they make any money on it? But it's going to come out of Kohl's. And I'm still very, very bearish on Kohl's right now. That has not changed.
So what will make you get more constructive on JCPenney?
Well, on one hand, it would be the stock, off to $3. It would just be ridiculously cheap at that point in time. But what would really get me excited is if we had a new leadership team in place. Obviously, I know the stock would pop on that, but even if it was a $9 or $10 stock, and I had a management team that actually had a plan in order to unlock all the value I see is there, then I could justify $20 stock, and that's the call I want to make.
Makes sense. So I guess to summarize, longer term, we see this JCPenney as a business model that can generate $1.50 or more in earnings power. In the short run, though, we really need to see a turnaround plan and probably an executive management team that can execute on it to get more constructive on the name. I'm Daryl Jones. If you have questions for me, you can tweet me at HedgeyeDJ. If you have questions for Brian McGough, you can tweet him at Hedgeye Retail. Thank you very much.